There is a phenomenon in Bordeaux of well-known chateaux running out of wine. They are too popular, even though they're very expensive, and therefore they run out of stuff, and that's a shame. And never wanting to miss a possible sale. A development has grown in the last number of years, say the last 2 decades especially, of properties releasing second wines, and this would have started probably with the top properties, the most famous wines, releasing the Reserve de Chateau XYZ, or Le Demoiselle de something else, or Le Marquis de L'Autre-Vanne. And this is a very useful and interesting concept because it allows either excess grapes or excess wine to be used that doesn't quite make the grade for the very best chateau wine, but still comes from the chateau property, that you could then label as something else and say, well, this is also from our property, but it's not quite as good as the main wine. And this second wine concept is really, it's now here, very much here to stay, and it's actually very good. I'm a big fan of second wines, not like they're factory seconds, but they're really useful to have because it gives you a flavour of the estate, it gives you a good sense of where the estate is going, and if you can't afford to buy the main chateau wine, then you can have a bit of it, but it's not as expensive. It's a very useful tool to have, and this is one such wine, Marquis de Bellefont. This comes from Chateau Bellefont-Belsier, which itself is Chateau which is Saint-Emilion Grand Cru Classé. This is Saint-Emilion Grand Cru, and the Classé bit that Bellefont-Belsier has puts it in like at the very, very top table of Saint-Emilion properties. So this second wine of the estate was built by Marquis de Bellefont himself, and Marquis de Belsier, and in Bellefont at the end of the 18th century. Tricky time for the nobility in France, I would imagine. So the property then is 13.5 hectares, all farmed in one contiguous plot of land on 3 different soil types of limestone, clay limestone, and then clay sandy soils as well, and that gives lots of different qualities to the 3 different grape varieties they have, which are Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon and Cabernet Franc. The second wine is just made with Merlot and Cabernet Franc, 10% Cabernet Franc, 90% Merlot, and it's juicy and full and very round and really smooth and really easy to drink. It's lovely stuff. It's fermented in concrete tanks, so that preserves some of the aromatic character and some of the freshness before it's matured in oak barrels. There's no sulphur in the winemaking. They put a tiny bit in just before bottling, so the whole thing is made without sulphur, and then just a little bit to preserve it and act as a disinfectant just before it's bottled. So it's kind of natural as Bordeaux wines go. It's very, very tasty. It's very smooth, and if you like full-bodied red wines, this is definitely for you. If you like good Bordeaux, Saint-Emilion, this is also definitely for you. It's a beautiful wine. It's high in alcohol for the vintage, which was outstanding anyway, but it's balanced, I say, by this freshness and the intensity of flavour. So you won't notice the alcohol. What you will notice is a delicious glass of wine, and I really hope that you enjoy it and come back for more.